And welcome back to Tech20 Tuesday, another edition of Tech20 Tuesday. And it's a little chillier than it has been, so hopefully you're bundled up nice and warm. But today we're going to take a look at virtual classrooms. Before we do that, I know there's some new people into Tech20 Tuesday, so I did want to just walk you through the Bridget platform. Up at the top left hand, or top right hand, sort of top center actually, and a little bit to the right, you'll see the little menu bar. And there's a couple of items in there. First of all, there's a microphone that you'll see. If you click on that, it'll drop down. You can open and close your mic and ask for, if you have a question, you can jump right in. But better than that, on the very far right of that little menu bar, there's a little icon that looks like a little person. That is the group icon. If you click on that, it will pop down into a participant list plus a little chat menu. And I am actually monitoring that chat menu on my iPad. So if you have a question as we go along, then you can pop it in there and I will see that and pass it along. So today, as I said, is we continue our look at platforms that are out there for virtual classrooms. Last week we looked at Edmodo, we looked at blogs and Weebly before that, and today we are going to have a look at the portal and virtual classrooms. And while I do that, I am going to stop sharing my desktop. And as you know, my name is Jeff Whipple, and I am one of the I guess the hosts of Tech20 Tuesday on a regular basis, but today I'm really happy to have with us Angela Taylor. Angela is a technology mentor and a colleague from here at Anglophone West School District, and she is in the Woodstock Education Center. And so she's going to take over sharing her desktop now. Angela is the virtual classroom guru, if you will, and she really has taken the lead with virtual classrooms here, at least in our school district. And so she's going to, has offered to come in and share with us today on virtual classrooms. So Angela, first of all, thank you for joining us today. Okay, can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Hey, there you are.
I took a coughing fit just as you said, here we
go. So, Angela, first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Okay. So, virtual classrooms. I'm going to admit, you know, it's not something I've paid a lot of attention to, probably something I should be paying more attention to. But there seems to be a lot of teacher excitement over virtual classrooms. So maybe you can walk us through why that might be.
Okay, so my microphone thing just came up, and I didn't hear your question.
Yeah, your microphone is cutting in and out a little bit. Just maybe you can just walk us through and tell us and show us really what is all the excitement that teachers seem to be having about virtual classrooms. I know they seem to be catching on.
Okay. In the former school district 14, we have almost all of our schools using virtual school. There's terrible feedback here, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm going to close my mic. Maybe that will help.
Hello?
Yeah. Much better.
Hello?
Yeah, that seems to be much better.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We sure can.
Still getting feedback on my end. Okay, sorry. So we have many virtual schools, and I wanted to show you a couple of different ones. So I opened some of them. Here's an example. This is not a demonstration school, so this is not a school that has a lot of computers in it. This is Carleton North High School. And last year, Carleton North, one of the teachers was able to pilot the new grade 11 math. And this year, everyone in the province is doing the new grade 11 math. But this particular teacher, Mrs. Brennan, happens to have tons of resources because she did it last year. So she would like to share her resources with other teachers. instead of emailing them, I did this, I did that, this is what we're doing next week, she has given some teachers permission to use her virtual class and to see what's there. So if I go in here, which is what she can do, and we look here at colleagues. So these are not the teachers who can take full control of the class, but they are colleagues who can go in and copy any documents that they would like. These are teachers from all over the district. They are not teachers from Carleton North High School. Okay, sorry, I thought that was a message for me. Mm-hmm. So you can see where this teacher has put what they are doing. There's the calendar. You can click on the assignment. You can have pictures. Let's try another one. So this is Nakwik High School, which is a demonstration school, which means the students here in grade 9 all have their own personal netbook, one-to-one. There are also 2 labs full of computers, a netbook cart, and a laptop cart. So doing presentations and doing assignments in class is a little bit different at this school because they have more technology than other schools. If we look down the left-hand side, we can see all of the things that Nakwik High is doing with their virtual school. So if you wanted to book out the netbook cart, you as a teacher, you could go and book out the netbook cart. You just click on here, and you write in the calendar, and you book it out. Students, however, do not see netbook cart Tom. Students cannot go in and see this calendar and check it out and do different things. You can also see period 1. Mr. Casey has this booked out. If I went in and tried to steal it from Mr. Casey and put that Ansel Taylor has it this period, you would be able to see that Tom originally, again, it goes back to the sign-up sheets on the door for the computer lab when people would erase names and not really did that. There are tons of documents that Nakwik High School teachers have access to. So they're not flipping through different folders of things. They're not going looking through emails. Where was the school improvement plan? Where is that class list? It is all right here at their fingertips. But again, some of these things are hidden from the students. Because this is the main page of the virtual school, everyone at Nakwik High, teachers and students, can see the main page. They cannot see the things down here. I can't stress that enough. The privacy that goes with this and the security. Now, extracurricular, for example, we would want our students to be able to see what's going on with extracurricular, so we would let them have access to that. Reading strategies, maybe only the literacy teachers have access to this. PLCs, so if you click on there, there are different folders, information, everything is at your fingertips. I don't know about you, but when I've been in different meetings and you're trying to find different folders, they're everywhere. This school has it organized, it is all together, even locker combinations. But again, students do not see that. So let's look at a few of their classes. So Nakwik High has been doing this for a few years, so you can see they have lots of different classes here. And I love to show Mr. Lagassi's Science 9. Mr. Lagassi has 2 periods of grade 9 science, but he doesn't have 2 virtual classes because he's doing the exact same thing in each class. He only has to upload his document once. So if I go to shared documents, I can see he has it set up with the assignments, what each unit is. Oh, exam review. That would be nice. So here we go, grade 9 science exam review. Students can go in. Also, parents can go in. If they log on as their child or have their child log on to the portal, because again, it's portal based, so we need to be able to log in with our username and password. So parents have access to these things as well, as long as they have an internet connection. We have a Dropbox. This is the nice, safe, secure place where students can upload their work electronically. Again, this is Nakwik High where they do have access to computers, and this is a grade 9 class. So everyone in Science 9 has their own personal netbook. So let's see, for example, Chelsea has submitted an assignment. The only people who see Chelsea's assignment are Chelsea and the teacher. So Wyatt cannot go in because he is late doing his assignment, and see Chelsea's assignment and take it, change it, make it his own, put his name on it, change the title page. The Dropbox, only the students see their own work, and the teacher sees everything. What classes do we have? Here's an English 9 class at Woodstock High. And again, this teacher has lots of folders. So even if you are still passing out papers, you can pass out the paper copy, but the electronic copy is still available. You can see all of the different links. She's having students go, here's a dictionary and thesaurus, parts of a sentence, perhaps this was a project, so she needed them to go there. She's putting things on the calendar every day. So basically her lesson plan is there on the calendar. Off to the side, she's created different folders of information. How come that won't move, Jeff? There we go. Back to Carleton North for a moment. I go to the main page of Carleton North. You'll notice they don't have as many things off to the side because they just started using their virtual school this fall versus Naquit High that has been using it for a couple of years. So again, they're booking out their carts, but that's about it. They will slowly start using it and putting folders for different things. But just take a look at all of these virtual classes that can be found at Carleton North High School. So if you are sitting there and you're thinking, oh, gee, I teach English 11-3, I wonder what's in that class. You can email the teacher, or you can go through one of your mentors or somebody in the building and say, do you know so-and-so? I'd like to have access to the class, or I'd like to do maybe a link share and see if I can get some things from them. We are teachers. We love to share. If the work's already done, pass it along. Especially, like I said, with the grade 11 math that was piloted last year, so the teacher has lots of resources. There's one on project-based learning. Perhaps there's some things there that you would like. Personal development, wellness. You can also have classes set up for your badminton team and only let your badminton team have access to that. So you have the calendar that's up there and when the games are. You could have a literacy class for all of the literacy teachers. You could, like, the possibilities are endless. Oh, thanks. What are you looking for, Russell? We'll make sure you have access to it. So if we go back, you can see we have elementary schools that are using this. Naquit Middle School has just started using this, which is very, very helpful because those students will be going to Naquit High and they will be using the virtual school a lot. So we've started just a few classes right now at Naquit Middle School. So we could look at, this is a grade 8 French immersion class. We have some homework here. Now this teacher has chosen to have one class for all of her subjects, whereas some of our high school teachers have a different virtual class for each subject. So I can see the math and the science is all here together. Oh, look, the calendar. That's very helpful for parents. Have our school calendar. So this was just set up a few weeks ago. Technology. What better place to have your middle level technology than using the virtual classes there? We have some links here. It's very quiet on my end. This is very eerie not to have anybody saying. Centerville Community School, another one of our demonstration schools. Yet again, theirs looks a little bit different. They have decided to use their useful links section over here for links that all students and teachers might want to use. Versus another school, the links off to the side will lead you to certain classes. So I guess now we have a couple of minutes left. If there are any questions, anything specific. Jeff, has there been anything in the chat room?
Nothing in the chat room. One of the questions that intrigued me as you were going along was that you mentioned that there are some elementary schools using this. How are they using it that's different than, say, the middle and high schools? Because that's quite intriguing, actually.
They're mostly just using the calendar part and to post some documents electronically. they're not using the Dropbox, for example, where the students go in and submit their homework electronically. We may have a few classes out there, elementary classes, that are doing it, and I'm not aware. We have almost 500. I believe we have 496 virtual classes in the former District 14. So you kind of lose track of who's doing what.
Hi, Angela. Tim Luki here. How are you?
I'm lovely, Tim. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, I was going to ask you about what the high schools are doing for their marks. When they have marks to input, are they using the virtual school to input those marks, or what are they using?
A lot of the high schools are using MarkBook to input their marks, but they can mark assignments electronically on here for students. But you mean like the report card mark?
Yes, yes. Now, I know about the check in, check out, and we have a few teachers at the high school level here in the St. John area using that for their high school language arts. It's a wonderful tool. But MarkBook, okay, that's great, Angela. Thank you.
That's just what I've heard. Now, maybe there's a high school teacher listening who has something else that they'd like to say. But you could submit your marks into the Dropbox for each student, because each student only sees their marks. You could have a folder that just the student and you have access to, and you can submit marks there electronically. Some teachers are emailing parents. Sorry?
It was just a question that came up in the chat room. Is there a way to move items in the Dropbox after they have been submitted without creating an Explorer view?
I'm not sure. I always put the view. It's very convenient. That's the way I like it. I'm not sure. I could look into that. The Explorer view is definitely better than copying and pasting them all in. I'm trying to think if we might have some. Why is it the ones that you click on don't have anything in them? We also have some short videos on how to create the teacher view. This is something that can be done on the teacher's computer. So you could email me the title of your class. I could set up your class for you and then send you a quick little how-to on how to set up your Dropbox so that students can't see what's going on. You can also create folders. So whatever you put in the folders, the students can see. Okay, I did all that work and there's nothing in there. It said second rotation, so I guess this one has just started anyway. But I will definitely look in how to move things besides using the Explorer view.
One of the questions that I have personally is how easy is it for teachers to manage this themselves? You know, and if they need help, who's sort of the go-to people? I know you are up in Anglophone West in Woodstock, but I guess a lot of teachers, what they tell me is that this is sometimes seems a little onerous, but I know there's lots of help out there.
I find it depends on the school and if they have been previously using their portal site, their school site, so they are used to going in and uploading. Schools that have never really used their portal school site very much aren't familiar with all of the different things. But if I wanted to upload a document, upload, browse, and there you go. Upload multiple documents at a time, upload one at a time. I find that part of it very user-friendly. Setting up the Dropbox, again, very user-friendly. The tool that I use the most when dealing with virtual schools, virtual classes, is Link. So teachers can contact me on Link. We could do a voice call. We could do a screen share. Sometimes it's just, you need to right-click on this, or you need to hover there, and that's how you do it. I find it user-friendly. I find it safe because it is on the portal. It's backed up, so anything a student submits. So Hillary right here, she has already submitted her assignment. If the only other place Hillary has that assignment is on her thumb drive, and her thumb drive goes through the wash, she still has a copy of it here. It's still available electronically to her and to her teacher. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I think the one thing that really intrigues me and that I really like about the portal and really like about virtual schools is that it is safe. It's I guess a platform that we own, and by we I mean us as a system, and so I think there's lots of benefit to that. So I would encourage teachers if they're looking to do this kind of thing to find out more about portal versus in virtual classroom versus some of the other options that are out there.
And what I do like about it, if we go back to Carleton North where different teachers are sharing with teachers who are not in the same building, it all looks the same. It looks familiar. So I'm used to uploading in my class, and I go to Mrs. Brennan's class. I know that I need to go to shared documents, and that's where I'm going to find the things that I need. Versus if somebody's using a wiki space and maybe I don't know how to navigate that, or I don't know how to navigate a blog, but I'm used to using this in my school. Not that everybody has to do that. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, it's familiar. If you're already using it, you can go to somebody else's virtual class and it's familiar.
Another question or comment from the chat room. They had heard that all people had permission to see the Explorer view, so students could move things around if it wasn't deleted.
No, students don't have the button. So I go to the Dropbox. All students see are new and upload. They don't see the actions, which is where you open with Windows Explorer.
Okay.
There are different settings. So when you set this up, whether it be you, because there are documents that you can follow if you'd like to set up your own, or you can have somebody else set it up for you. There are different permissions. So the Dropbox has one set of permissions, and students will see new and upload. A student can create a new folder and put things in there, but they can't see the actions and start moving things around. In the shared documents, they do not see any of these buttons at all. They are not permitted to upload to the shared document section. There is a class discussion where they can begin a discussion, or a teacher can begin a discussion. So we've been doing this with a couple of high school classes with their literature circles. You have a class discussion, and depending on the role, sometimes there's a discussion on this role or that role or this book or that book. The class discussion's a little bit freer because the students do see the new and the actions. But the Dropbox is very, very safe. And again, the shared documents, it's not like a student can go in and upload something inappropriate. They don't have the ability. They don't see the site actions off to the right either. Site actions is your friend. They don't see that, so they can't go in and change things.
Well, thank you very much, Angela. Our time is up, but I think this is, as I said, something I need to spend more time learning about, and so I appreciate you spending the time with us today. And if people are looking for documentation and those kinds of things or questions, they can talk to you.
Yes, or I'm sure it's on the portal somewhere. That would be a Chris Sherwood question where we posted all of those. I have them in a folder on my computer. And Mark Michaud and Waylon Dixon, we worked together and we created a few videos on how to, like I said, do the Dropbox view, how to upload. They're just quick little less than 2-minute videos.
Excellent. Well, thank you again so much for taking the time to share this with us today. You are the queen of the virtual classroom, and we will, I'm sure, have more questions for you, or people will along the way.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Okay, and just a reminder, next week on Tech20Tuesday in December, we're going to be looking at iPads, and a couple of quick looks at iPads over the next couple of weeks to take us into Christmas. So if you're getting one of those iPads for Christmas, then maybe this would be one that you want to come and join in. So again, thank you all very much for joining us, and we'll see you all again next week on Tech20 Tuesday. Bye-bye.